what are the implications of these very coordinated moves against tech giants?
Yeah, it was a very interesting week. You saw this flurry of actions beginning on Saturday with the fine levied against Alibaba, and then it was capped with this meeting that you referred to with 34 companies being summoned to Beijing by the regulators and told that they need to fix their anti-competitive behaviors within the next month, or they're going to face consequences. And these were some of the biggest tech companies in China, and it included ByteDance and Tencent. And as you say, they were saying you need to heed the example that we've set with Alibaba. The regulators are concerned about a few different kinds of anti-competitive behavior, including forced exclusivity. So in the case of Alibaba in the e-commerce business, in some cases they may pressure merchants to be only on their e-commerce platform and not on anybody else's. That has sort of kept out competitors that are trying to compete with Alibaba, and in other cases, some of these other firms too. They're also concerned about some of the acquisitions that have happened where the powerful companies have maintained their power by either taking stakes in smaller companies or even buying other companies. So it's a pretty broad range of measures.
Peter, how does it fit within the broader China crackdown on tech, and what is it that Beijing wants ultimately?
Well, they've moved very quickly. They began the antitrust investigation into Jack Ma's empire, Alibaba, and the financial arm last year, and they've already come to the end of the antitrust investigation. First, with this antitrust fine against Alibaba of $2.8 billion, and then they are pushing into a holding company that's going to be regulated by the central bank. And the idea is to curb some of these anti-competitive behaviors, and the target seems to be to allow smaller companies to compete in some of these areas that have been dominated by the giants. Alibaba and Tencent have had tremendous sway over the tech industry in particular, partly because they dominate the two biggest businesses in the technology sector, and then also because they've essentially become the venture capitalists for most of the startups. So there's sort of these two different spheres that are dominated by the leading players. There's not a whole lot of room for competitors to come in, and Beijing wants to change that.